Kandahar Afghanistan, 2002. A military special forces team claims to have killed a Nephilim giant. The year is 2002, exact date unknown. An army squad goes missing while patrolling the rocky and mountainous terrains of Kandahar, Afghanistan. Assuming the worst, a potential ambush, a special forces team is sent out to investigate what happened to these soldiers. While investigating their last known location, they notice something very odd. A bunch of different pieces of military equipment broken and scattered throughout the dirt. Assuming it's a potential ambush, the Army Special Forces members are all completely on guard. Until they notice something even more strange. Numerous human and animal bones scattered all throughout the dirt, everywhere. Some of the bones were broken, and some of them had what appeared to be bite marks in them. Because of this, they assumed that it was some sort of wild animal that might have done this. But sadly, it was something far worse. The Special Forces team slowly creeps closer and closer towards the entrance of the cave. And as the Special Forces team members are just about to enter the cave, at astonishing speeds, a giant humanoid creature sprints out of the cave and skewers one of the team members with what appears to be a javelin, unaliving the soldier almost instantly. The Special Forces members were completely stunned due to how quickly everything transpired and how surreal this whole situation was. And then they all just started completely unloading on this giant, shooting it in the body and then eventually the head once they figured out that the body shots were not doing anything to this giant with Barrett 50 cals and different calibers of different rifles. Until they finally managed to take it down with 30 seconds of sustained gunfire. When they called back into base for evac, they told them what happened and they told them about the body of the giant. So a helicopter was sent out to transport the giant back to the US. The helicopter took the body to an airfield to load it on a cargo plane to take it back to the US. And that's where we get this depiction here from of a giant strapped down to a pallet ready to be transported back to the US. They claim that after the body of the giant was dead for a while, it started to rot and it absolutely stunk. They said that it had red hair and 6 fingers and 6 toes, and it weighed over 1,000 pounds. To some of you out there, I'm sure this sounds like some sort of fairy tale, something way too far-fetched to be real, just a story. But from what I've heard and what I've read, this might not be just a story. You can even find an interview on YouTube, if it's still up, of someone who claims that he was on that Special Forces team on that fateful day, and telling all of us what really happened that day, and that someone really did pass on into the next life on that mission. And if you were to go to Kandahar, Afghanistan to this day and talk to the locals about the red-haired giant, they tell you about the giant, and how he terrorized them, and how he would eat people, and how he would take them away to his cave. And if you're lucky, you might know someone who was in the military around this time that can tell you about the story themselves and what they heard. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. Maybe giants really do still roam the earth.